So these damn dive-bombing birds, now I know how to solve it.
Yeah?
Yeah, somebody said easiest way to handle it, Kev, is like a spray bottle or a water hose. Don't have to be violent, water gun, or even leave a water hose stretched out laying next to where you park. As soon as you get out of the car, just pick it up and use the softer shower spray, and the bird will stop dive-bombing you and attacking you. Okay.
Huh. Okay.
That works. It'd be nice. I guess I got to leave the spigot always running, but yeah, it's a tough thing. If you missed it earlier this morning, I was talking about last year we had to deal with these mockingbirds. They keep building their nests. They built one in, I got a couple trees, and I have the one that's bigger and farther away from the driveway, and they built the nest in that, and they were so threatened every time we came home, they started dive bombing us, trying to attack us as we were coming into the house. And yesterday I saw the mockingbird fly into the small little tree that is right next to the driveway. And as you get out of the passenger door of one of the cars, you're going to be eye level. And I look in there, and sure enough, big old nest.
Oh.
Flew was sitting right in the nest and just it's freaked out. I'm like, oh, great.
King.
Bird.
King.
Yeah.
Son. Oh, yeah, that was terrible. Nobody knew nothing on that song.
Yeah. Didn't work in Dumb and Dumber too well either. I remember that. Yeah, so I'm going to try that. I guess that's unless somebody's got a better idea because, I understand she's protecting her babies, but at the same time, I got to protect my kids.
You're protecting your babies, too.
Yeah, I'm protecting my babies, too.
You're kind of like an oversized mockingbird.
Yeah, well, it's like, if you're dive bombing at my kid and going in his face, I'm sorry, bird, but, hey, I don't want to hurt any birds, and I like the hose idea, but I ain't going to let that happen.
Would you be mad or think it's kind of funny if someone put breadcrumbs all around there?
Yeah, I don't know if they go for that. The thing we got is because we got the mockingbirds out front, and then they keep leaving our dog Coco's food out in the back, and we get these big old nasty-ass crows.
Whoa.
They're coming in, and they're snagging the dog food. And they know it. So every day I go home, it's like, and I'm not a big bird fan. They freak me out. I come out, I got mockingbirds out front. I walk into the house, and there's 80 crows in the backyard. Oh, my gosh. And, of course, the awful thing about it is I've got my beer fridge out back. And so it's like I want to go get a beer, and I got to go through a sea of 80 crows. It's horrifying, Virginia. It's really cut down on my drinking. It's awful.
We can't have that.
No, we can't have that.
Something must be done.
Golly, I don't know what to do. These damn animals all over the place.
A lot of them, you get that bee problem taken care of, thank goodness.
Well, it used to be killer bees in the backyard. We got rid of the killer bees. Now I got crows.
I shit you not. The Ralstons led the league in bees. I couldn't believe how many were there. I thought it was end of times.
Why did you have so many?
They had built a nest in that little hobbit house that Kim insisted on having for
Which is
Cannon's
really
toys.
cool.
Do you use that thing?
It's got a lot of Cannon's toys in there, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It's a cool looking thing. I would actually live in it.
It doesn't say much, though. You would live in a box under a bridge.
I think I could make it work. I don't really know.
Work? You'd be all right?
I think I could. That would suck, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I don't need much.
Got another text. Somebody said, I just asked my wife if I left my up dog in her passenger seat. She texted me back, what the fuck is up dog?
That's correct.
Nothing. What the fuck is up with you?
That is good.
LOL Mike.
That boy Mike.
Yeah. Did not work on A&M when producer Denny's had tried it.
Too bad.
My favorite part of that call today was when she goes, is Jay okay? He completely ignores that, and then he goes, so, Aunt Ann, what are you doing?
So creepy.
So what are you doing?
Hey, Aunt Ann, what are you doing?
She was not having any part of it.
No, she wasn't.
Did not like it at all. Got this email from Kelly. Said, hey, listen, you guys talking about all the things that Suits hasn't done, yet made me understand why cougars say, I want to teach him things about younger guys. I just want to show Suits all the incredible food that he's missed out on. We need to have attractive girls come in and feed Suits all the fruits and nuts and everything else that you guys are talking about that he's never had.
All right, now we're talking.
This is what we need to do.
Some hotties getting in here, feeding them. That is making me happy.
Mm-hmm. You ever had a lap dance, Suits?
Oh, get your ass in here.
Oh, we need to do a lap dance.
Get him in right now. Let's warm him up.
Yeah, we should start putting together the list of stuff so that we can do this. I like to try this maybe once a week. We can roll through 5 items quickly.
Sit down.
Do you have that song, Gentleman's Code? It's a perfect lap dance song.
Not on me.
Let's button this shirt down. Unbutton this thing.
Of course, Jay.
Now we're unbuttoning things here. I don't know about that.
I don't even know why.
Let's loosen it up. Virginia's about to give a lap dance.
I am.
I
I thought you were about to do it.
Hey, watch one from you. A panda would be cool because it's for a good cause.
I was excited about you giving him one.
Let's see here. We've got almonds, oranges, pears, Tic Tacs. You haven't had any of those, right?
None.
None. Okay. Was there anything else that we had on the list?
Orange soda.
Orange soda. Okay.
Have you had grape soda?
No.
What the shit, Suits? Well, dude, we're
So
gonna
we just have a soda day. Yeah. Okay. We'll have soda day.
This would be a long list.
Yeah. I've never had a lap dance.
Never had a full body massage. We discovered yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, that's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have probably had that. Very nice. Okay, let's see. Ever had Benoit beads up your ass?
Believe it or not, no.
We want to work up to that. Come on, that's too much, Kev.
Is that BNWA or?
I think it's BENWAH.
Maybe we should try the orange soda first.
Up your ass?
No. We keep it.
Suits.
We'll save the ass stuff for Bird.
Come
I'm over here trying to help.
Virginia said that's what you do, so
But
I
it's
mean,
not-
I'm learning.
But Virginia's a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
I'll give you that much.
I'm a fucking psycho, but he's into ass play.
I'm not into ass play for the 9th time. For the 10th time. Don't touch me, Suits.
If you're going to touch me, reach around the back.
You ever had watermelon?
No, I haven't had a watermelon.
Oh, we got to get him a watermelon now and later.
A what?
Yeah. You know what? I think we can probably do this in categories. We can do fruits. Okay, I got oranges, pears, watermelon. You had an apple?
No, I haven't had an apple.
Good Lord.
Really?
And this is not made up stuff.
No, I'm
This
serious.
is being honest.
Yeah, you
I'm completely serious.
Okay, so what?
So you never
What-
had a kiwi?
What fruits have you had other than banana? We know you've had banana.
They might mix the fruits and vegetables together, but lettuce, tomato.
Fruits.
Those are those fruits or vegetables?
Tomato could be a fruit, but yeah, not lettuce.
There's a grape of. No, yeah, I've had a grape. Is that a
yeah.
fruit?
Suze, are you
Give you
fucking,
fruit on that.
Are you fucking with us?
No, I'm serious. I don't know. I really don't know the difference. They're just fruits and
I
vegetables.
mean, even I know the difference.
I never eat this shit.
It's like we rescued him from Africa after being raised by gorillas. Welcome to the show,
I don't know.
Tarzan.
I feel like the gorillas know what their fruits and vegetables are.
Yeah, probably. You just wouldn't know what it's called.
What-
Okay.
like, how about like things like Cheetos?
I
well,
actually
let's
haven't
stick
had a
with fruits.
Cheeto.
Give me,
You've
give
never
me the
had a
fruits
Cheeto?
category.
Never had a Cheeto.
All right, one category at a time. Apples. Okay.
Apples, no.
Apples, watermelons, oranges, pears. None of those.
No.
And we need one more, so I'm going to do 5 at a
Kiwi.
time.
Kiwi.
What's another staple?
Yeah,
Have
that's too fancy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you ever had like a blueberry?
Blueberry I have had.
Okay, you've had a blueberry.
But not an apple.
What about a strawberry?
Well, I mean, when I say strawberry, I've had stuff that's flavored strawberry and blueberry.
But have
never
you had a
eaten, like,
real strawberry?
No, I've never actually had the real strawberry.
That's the one you can put on.
That's a pretty good staple, right?
Yeah.
Is there any other
Strawberry?
fruit that we're missing that should be stuff like everybody should have had this fruit?
Oh, we need to get him more melons.
You got watermelon. He's like, what?
And then she grabs her boobs,
know.
and you have glasses on. What the fuck is going on with you today?
My eye won't stop watering. I got issues.
All right, well, we'll deal with one category a day. We got your fruits. So we got 5 fruits that we're going to have to get from you and find out which ones you like and which ones are not on the list. And then we'll go through. I mean, we got sodas, we got chips, we got vegetables.
I mean, I get that you've never had a strawberry, but a fucking Cheeto suit?
Yeah, I could really freak you out. I never had, what is it, the Nutter Butter that you were referring
Oh.
to?
We could have candy bars, yeah.
Get out.
Basic ones. You've had a Snickers?
Yeah, I've had Snickers. I've had those staples. Your Snickers,
yeah.
your Hershey
He came
stuff.
to my place and he tore up a shit ton of Snickers and
I was
Milky.
drunk.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he had a quarter of a beer and he tore up my Snickers.
I ate like 18 Milky Ways.
Okay. All right, so we got your fruits now. Maybe we'll roll that tomorrow on the show. Get Suits 5 different fruits.
Send me the list. I'll go shopping.
I will. Okay.
let's do
I'll send you a
this.
couple extra items too you can pick up while you're there, if you don't mind.
I'm not your shipped.
Possibly for tomorrow, I got to figure out if we can come up with a good sudden death idea that we like. Jaybird has suggested, because there's a clip of a grandma getting hit by monkey poop today, that we have monkeys throw poo at us.
I actually like the other one last week better. The losers got to get their entire car glitter bombed inside. That's a terrible punishment, but it doesn't ruin your car.
Okay.
Do you not like that?
I liked it last week, but now I have to go to Brayman Honda and tell them that Panda wrecked the car and try to figure that out.
Oh, I got you.
So I don't want to have to go and tell them we wrecked one car and glitter bombed the other. Hey, what's up?
Aren't you glad you're leasing to
Kind of
us?
makes me like a terrorist.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
Hey, I got you. So then you got monkey poop. Somebody said I got a gorilla suit. It only fit Virginia. That's the only problem.
All right. I'll be the poop thrower.
Yeah, that is if you don't lose.
We can have an intern jump in there too.
And you can get gorilla and elephant poop shipped to you from a website called shitsenders.com.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
It's there if we want it.
Thank you, Talina. Okay, so that might be something. I think it's just a matter of getting the poo, but you could probably call up the Palm Beach Zoo or call up Lion Country because I know they got the Monkey Island there.
Well, look, I'll
Yeah.
do the legwork on this if we're going to really do it. I don't want to do the legwork and then all of a sudden we're not going to do it. Do you guys really like the idea?
I do. I think the only thing about it is just continuing about your day. That's the only thing with sudden death. It's like smack dab in the middle of the show and continuing for another 3 to 4 hours covered in monkey shit.
That's part of sudden death, bro.
Yeah.
You come into the tank, you might get bit.
We have a lot of complaints already about how we leave the studio. If we
So
left
many.
it covered in monkey shit, we might actually have a
Oh,
problem.
we would do it off campus. We wouldn't do it inside.
But then you'd have to like shower to come back in and all that.
I mean, all right. Yeah.
Is the dream dead?
Well, sudden death
Well,
is
I'm just
sudden
saying,
death is supposed
these-
to be a fucking you suffer through it.
These I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, how do you deal with when there's monkey shit all over the studio, and there will be, and you know the complaints? We get complaints for what? Like
we get complaints for leaving out a piece of loose leaf.
Well,
Yes,
what I'm saying,
so
what I'm suggesting
they do
is,
have a legit complaint if there's monkey shit all over the controls.
Yes.
what I'm suggesting
got a point.
is
Yeah, they
doing
got a
it,
point.
doing it off the campus, and then you wash yourself off. Have it prepared where you can hose yourself off with soap if that's the issue. There are ways to get it done. I just don't think you guys want to do it.
But where do you find the shower? And let's say I lose. It would take probably, what, a good 15, 20 minutes to clean up?
Well, we can always do it. I mean, we've done it before on sudden death where someone loses and they have to pay it off after the show. I know Virginia's done that before a few
Yeah.
times. So I
that
mean,
might be the best. Yeah, a video where you get drilled with
pelted
monkey
with
poo.
monkey poo.
Yeah.
Look, we're running out of sudden death ideas, y'all.
I hear
I
ya.
mean,
That's where we are. And there's always the challenges. That's kind of like the behind the scenes of it. When you're working through, you're like going, okay, here's what we got to do. We got to figure out when we're going to do it where.
well, I just don't want to do something lame either. I don't want to do lame sudden death. We've done
Getting it
lame
with
sudden
monkey
death
crap
before.
would suck. That's
It would
that's pretty
suck.
good.
It would
Yeah.
suck.
That's pretty good.
Okay, well, something on that level
I like
where
it.
it's not.
I like it. I think it just be something we'd have to do a video afterwards.
Yeah,
Monkey poo firing squad.
yeah.
Everybody who doesn't lose throws poo at the loser.
It'd be a fun video. Everyone dressed
Yeah.
in monkeys. It would be.
Now, do
pretty
you want the
fun.
poo to be hard or soft? Because hard, it's a weapon. Soft, it's gross.
I think soft because soft's gonna leave more of a
Whatever
visual.
they can get. I mean, it depends on how fast you can get. I mean, it's got to be fresh monkey poo.
How loose are these monkeys' bowels?
I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to have somebody, it's like, the monkey just pooed, and then they're racing.
Or we could give the monkey Dulcolax.
Well, it's like, I mean, because it's got to either come from the Palm Beach Zoo or from Lion Country Safari. So what, as soon as the monkey defecates, somebody's got to throw it in a box and wee, 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 wee.
Well-
They're like,
Rush in here like it's an organ
Yeah.
transplant. It's very important.
very important. Stop traffic.
We get a
We got
cop.
a police
We need a police
escort.
escort.
Gotta get monkey shit to the KVJ show.
Well, if it gets hard, you can add a little water to it.
Okay, we can put it in the microwave.
Good
Well,
Lord.
hey, look, this is what happens when you
Yeah.
play with sudden death.
Yeah. Somebody just texted in, Jaybird just wants to play with poo. So much ass play with this one.
You're right. I love poop. I want to blow Kevin, and I love ass play. You guys have got me pegged. Get it? Pegged?
Oh,
Peggington.
Pegging. Jason
Jerby
Peggington.
Peggington. One of my favorite nicknames.
Peggington.
Jerby Peggington.
Okay, well, you're murder face. I'm Peggy. What does it? She never gets any bullshit. This one, always smelling like a fucking rose. Virginia likes to talk a bunch of shit, and then you fire back, and
See, all your nicknames, mine's real. It's just bitch.
I'm not gonna call you that. I'm above that.
All right.
Let me see here. We have got an email, some other ideas. This one from Michelle about Weird Wednesday. I think it'd be cool if the listeners could call in to do the Minion release.
I don't hate
Maybe
that
have a contest.
idea.
That's an idea. Okay.
I love it. That's a great idea.
We'll save Michelle's email, try to get a hold of her, and we let her do the Minion release tomorrow. Should be Weird Wednesday. Good idea.
Yes.
Got an email from Yolanda, and she had said, hey, I just want to start by saying, love the show. I've been listening for years since I moved to Florida in 96, and I was able to finally get through on Friday for the first time, and I got to play with Jaybird in the No Name movie game, and I wanted to apologize to him. I had the opportunity to re-listen to Friday's podcast, and I got to admit, I was the awful one and not Jason. Well, except for that black duck clue. All his other clues are good. Gravity,
Look, Yolanda, don't beat yourself up.
Yolanda, Virginia's right. Don't beat yourself up.
We all make mistakes, and it is hard. When you get on the line to play, it's a lot more difficult than when you're just listening to it on the radio. It's really nerve-wracking.
Some guy over the weekend, he goes, hey, I want to be honest with you, man. Do you really get that mad when you lose a no-name movie game? Do you really take it that seriously? I like to win, but am I that destroyed? Yeah, I am, actually.
Well, I noticed Denny's took the belt out to KFC to his
he was
remote
flaunting
last
it,
weekend.
yeah.
He was.
Like,
I know, he went to KFC and did it. It's like, what the fuck you doing?
It's a double slap in the
Yeah,
face.
double slap.
He's got your belt, and he's at Bud's competitor. I
Yeah.
mean, what the fuck?
Said, I do want to say that I did have a hard time hearing Jaybird, so I'm not sure if it's his mic, if it needs to be replaced because all the liquids he's spilled in it. I don't know if it's because he's yelling. I love the show. I look forward to playing again someday. But, yeah, they had a hard time. I do have to take your levels down a little bit, but it's still at the right level of everybody else because there is a little bit of yelling that's happening. But I don't know.
It doesn't feel right to do it calm. I know people calm down. I don't know. I just get in there. It's nice
just your style.
And it's nice to win with your style. I know it's few and far between, but when you do win one, God, it feels so good.
Okay, let's see here. We got an email from Jason. Said, hey, Jerby, big fan of your music, and I was wondering if you ever thought about doing parody songs like Weird Al. I actually had a couple suggestions. In fact, I believe you did the one on my beady eyes. I know you did.
There's a couple, actually.
Beady eyes. I know it was one you
There's
did.
Beady Eyes we did, and we also did a bunch of parodies of your small head. At the time, it was when you were in the pictures, you just looked like your body was so big. And you looked like you were the Beetlejuice guy.
I did when I was
Your
real huge.
head
Yeah.
was
It's another reason I had to downsize.
It's weird going through your pictures because most of them look like you're photoshopped, and then when you were real big, your head looks so tiny.
Yeah.
But I still think you're a good-looking dude.
Yeah, because when you work out, your head doesn't expand. Like mine just stayed the same.
Well, you got really
my body
big.
was too big.
You can't do like forehead crunches or something?
No, nothing you can do, Virginia.
Well, I know
your head
some-
still stays the same size.
I know meatheads sometimes will meet you out and be like, Kevin's not that big. You didn't see Kevin when Kevin was like 230 or 240.
Yeah.
You were a big dude. I used to hear you walking down the hallway.
Yeah, I'm about 190 now, and I used to be at least like 230. I'm about 40 pounds lighter than I used to be.
That's a
And it
big.
was all muscle.
Yeah, I was a bigger guy.
It wasn't like he was fatter. He
Yeah.
was musclier.
Yeah, I lifted more weight and
That shit
was stronger.
That stuff works. I remember when you got off some of the
Yeah.
whatever you're taking, and you were looking skinnier, and then you were back on it.
He wasn't on the H.
by the
Yeah.
whatever it's called, HGH,
testosterone,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever it is. And you, within 3 weeks, me and Virginia looked at each other and go, holy shit, what happened to Kevin? You got so big.
right away.
That stuff
Yeah, when
works.
I first started working out again, we were trying to like put the size back on.
But you also looked like, and I see this a lot with guys that I think
Yeah.
do a little bit too much size.
Yeah.
You looked uncomfortable in your skin.
Yeah, I
You
was.
looked
yeah.
like
I felt
pink.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
And you looked
I did.
stretched.
Yeah.
And you looked like it hurt you.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Yeah, no,
How do
no.
those guys do that every day?
Well, I
They
mean,
love the size so much.
well, they do, and I've seen guys that have been really huge and have then downsized, and they have stretch marks because sometimes you're eating so much, you're lifting so much, you're taking something that's enhancing your growth, and your skin can't keep up, and it's just like you get stretch marks with pregnancy. Sometimes you get stretch marks other ways. Now, thankfully, I have nothing like that. But I have seen guys that have, gotten super huge and then, decide to downsize, and they do have stretch marks because of it. So it can't happen. So he had some suggestions for parodies for the Beady Eyes, Lady Gaga instead of Poker Face, Murder Face. Eric Carmen from Dirty Dancing soundtrack instead of Hungry Eyes, Beady Eyes. So a couple suggestions.
Well, thank
there
you.
for doing.
Well, thank you very much.
Let me see. Heather from the Pizzle said, hey, just wanted to randomly give you a shout out. Was thinking about all the ideas when you're talking about breweries in South Florida when you went to brew at the zoo. She liked the idea of maybe interviewing a brewery each week. We kind of actually done that with the beer cast for a while. you guys sample some of the beers, and listeners get to hear where they are and what kind of beers they have. Yeah, we'd done that about maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was always curious to how the audience always felt. Because, I mean, I know we like talking about beer, but if you're not a beer drinker, is that a tune-out for you?
Yeah, we stopped doing it for two reasons. One, because if you're not a beer drinker, like, who cares? And it's more of a specialized podcast. If you did it just for beer drinkers.
For sure.
And they want to hear about it, but that was a generalized show. So we do... In a sense, you've got the concept of our general audience stuff, material, and then we do specific audience, like you're doing a Bachelor podcast, I'm doing a Godcast, things like that just only a select people would want to find.
We're supposed to start doing the Alien podcast, if that's cool with everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think all that stuff's great.
I'm sure Virginia will love to be a guest on
I'll
that.
tune into that as much as I did the Bachelor one.
That's not just Alien. There'll be some other shit too. Unknown. All right.
Yeah. So that was the idea. I've always wanted to make trips around South Florida to breweries because they're popping up like crazy now, but I never know where to find them or what they specialize in, IPA, stouts, ales, etc. Yeah, I would like to get on that. I am trying to do all the homework for everybody, but yeah, I mean, they are really popping up so fast that I try to stay up on them, and that's why Brew at the Zoo, to me, was great and eye-opening because I'm like, my gosh, I didn't know about this one, I didn't know about that one, so I learned about some new ones, and so it's kind of the one thing I love doing. I love being around people, and I love just the people that I see and meet, and I love people watching, and it's a great way to go out and find stuff, and so I'll drop into different breweries all over the place.
Yeah, I think that would be a great little side podcast for you. You should do the beer podcast. People would like that, man.
Yeah, and I think maybe, I don't even know if it's a podcast thing, but what I might start doing is, and my schedule is so chaotic that sometimes I just don't know, but I'd like to try to go and meet people out to say, hey, I'm going to pop in here and check it out. I'm going to go here on this day and stuff like that, and we can go try it out together and see some of the beers, and then I come back and talk about it. Be like, oh, you got to try this place out. Here's what this place does.
I love it. I think you love beer and you love the talk beer. It's great.
And I love ambiance. I love everything that comes around with it. And, I can tell you probably the one recommendation I would give you right now, the little corridor I'm hot on, is Due South. I just am such a fan of Due South's beers, and they've got so many great ones, and they're in Boynton Beach. They're right off of Gateway. You just go a little bit east, and there's kind of like a service road almost that goes there. If you know where Lake Worth Christian is, it's on that road. Well, go check that out because you got Due South, who really, to me, doesn't even do a bad beer. And then just about 300 yards north of that, you got Copper Point Brewery, and they did such a great job of their build-out. It is a cozy place to hang out. They play kind of like that reggae rock, kind of like surf rock kind of like things.
Yeah, Florida rock.
Yeah, that kind of like stuff. So that's the ambiance that they got there, and they have an event that is going to be coming up. I told you about that brunch. The brewery brunch is going to be in Boynton Beach on the Intercoastal coming up the weekend. I think it's going to be April 30th.
Love it.
Yeah, so I'll try to get information on that, but I love that. And Heather from the Pizzle, it hasn't gone anywhere yet, but 2 weeks ago I was on a conference call with people in Fort Pierce, Vero, all that kind of stuff, and they did travel and tourism, and they want to promote the breweries that they have there. And so I'm hoping to get good news back on this, and I don't know what the status of it is, but doing a trip where we go up and we'd have a hotel tied into it, place to stay, and then for the weekend, one day we would hit up 3 breweries, one place, and the next day we'd hit the other 3.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it's
a little staycation.
Yeah, you're not too rushed. You'd have probably about an hour and a half, probably each brewery. So I mean, it'd be you'd be out 4.5, 5 hours.
It's for the serious beer people.
Yeah,
that's such a fun event.
It would be. Yeah. So we do an hour to 90 minutes at each place. You get to try it out, and then we'd take a van to another place.
That's such a great idea.
Yeah. In fact, we might do 3 at the beginning of the summer, 3 at the end of the summer, break it up that way. So you do only 3 in a weekend, and then, come up with some other stuff. So
I wanted to tell you, too, I know you love the craft beer stuff.
Yeah.
Pizza Girls opened up on PGA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they put a whole bar in with all the craft beers. They got Due South.
Oh, no way.
They got Funky Buddha.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of your little craft beers.
Yeah.
And they're going to rotate them out seasonally.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the way to do it.
That is the way to
Good
do
for them.
it.
I can't wait to go check it out. Yeah, when they were going to do their first opening, I was all game, and then they had, a little hiccup, and then I had an event on Friday. Couldn't go.
I know. I told them. They were
Yeah.
sad, but they get it.
Oh, I got to go check it out. I love
You
that.
do. You'll be so happy for them. They have a full menu now, too.
Oh, okay.
Appetizers. It's not just pizza.
Good stuff. Thomas said, hey, I've been wondering for a while, how does the sales department schedule your events? I think it was the Honda Classic when you guys had a drinking event on a Thursday, and you said it should be on a Friday or a weekend, but you had to go. Can you say no?
I saw Jason try to say no
This
yesterday.
happened to me yesterday,
This
literally.
just happened yesterday.
I have a family event on Friday, and I've had this plan forever, and someone canceled the Copper Blues thing. I'm like, I can't do it. And they come in, I can't do it. What's going on? I'm like, I guess I'm doing the fucking Copper Blues event on Friday, so I'm doing it. I have to cancel my family event.
Well, they hate to say no to money, and it's National Beer Day, I think, on Friday. And I've got airline tickets. I got to go to Ann Arbor to go hang out with my son.
I got to do my taxes. I am literally meeting with my tax guy, and they're due next week. If I don't do them on Friday, I'm screwed.
Look, I love Copper Blues. I think it's a fantastic play. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just I have a scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
That now I got to hear shit from my family.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody in their life.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you can say no, but they hate to turn away money, and so there's kind of an underlying little bit of a guilt trip. They want you to...
You say no, and then, we're just going to have to lose all that money then.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I'm going to go tell Elizabeth,
Well, that's
your
right.
boss.
I told
You are losing us all the money.
I told the guy, I'm Italian. You don't think the Italian guilt's going to get me? Of course I'm doing the fucking remote now.
But then you're going to be Italian guilt from the actual family.
Oh, I'm going to get real Italian guilt. Yeah.
You should have the family come to Copper Blues.
That was the suggestion. I'm like, my family had a bar. Okay.
Yeah.
Food.
We can say no ultimately to a lot of things, but it's like, you always have to weigh it out. It's like, how good is your excuse? And, what do you have going on? Like I was just talking about the Boynton Beach brunch that's going on, and they told me the date, and I'm like going, I am putting this in my calendar right away. I was talking to the guys from Copper Point when I was at Brew at the Zoo. I'm like, let me put that in. I'm like going, no, it's our kids' world.
Oh.
And I'm like, so it's like you can't say, I want to go drink beer. It's not going to be good enough.
Take an
excuse.
Uber and drink it at Kids World. No,
Unless,
just kidding.
Somehow, and then the genius of it, what you got to do is I got to somehow get the Boynton Beach brunch to advertise, and then be going, you know what? I'll be the one from the show to go represent the brunch. Virginia and Jaybird would love to go solo to our kids' world.
I love brunch. That's my favorite thing.
Here, Virginia, it's on the Intercoastal. You would hate it. You would hate it.
I gotta go with you.
Okay, Virginia and I will cover the brunch.
Go to the brunch.
Jaybird will handle our kids' world.
You want to start this kind of war, Alston? You think Super Pie was a dick?
And you got to bring Magnolia and Rocco and Cannon.
I will come up with a new alter ego that you will fucking so hate more than Super Pie and Hulk Hogan combined.
Super dick.
Virginia and I go off to beer brunch on the Intercoastal.
We leave our kids with you.
We would send you photos the entire time.
No, I'd turn it up at Kids World. I'd start drinking. Hell yeah, fucking the kids, woo!
Just fucking the kids.
No, I did not. I did not say that. I was trying to say a joke and it came out wrong. Please tweet if you got issues with
fucking the kids.
If you got any issues with anything I say.
That's the way to get out of our kids' world.
Yeah. You don't want to do the event.
You'll never be asked back again.
That's not what I said. But if you still have a problem with my words, please send him to Kevin. He's the adult of the show. Let him deal with it.
So there goes. This is part of the aggravation with the sales department. I would say, not necessarily. I mean, God bless them. I love them, and I understand what they're doing. They got things they got to do, and we got things that we got to do. And so, sometimes you're going, you would prefer things, but you understand it's business. You got to do what you got to do, and you don't always with your job love to go where you want.
It's like everybody listening right now. There's some shit you got to do with your job that you don't like.
Yeah,
man, it's just real. Everybody's got it.
Barista Sarah says what she doesn't like with her job at Starbucks is people coming in trying to order the stuff from the secret menu. She said there is no secret menu. Please, for the love of God, do not bring up Starbucks secret menu items. They aren't a real thing. There isn't some little piece of paper of drinks that we don't advertise. It's bullshit, people. People have thrown it together and publicized it on the internet and slapped the name secret menu on it. Nothing is more agitating than having someone ask for a medicine ball or a Captain Crunch Frappuccino because we are not trained to make these since they are not on the damn menu.
Magnolia had me do that yesterday at Starbucks. She's like, Mom, get me this drink. It's called a gummy bear. It's on the secret menu at Starbucks. And she had a scratched eye. So I felt bad for her. So I was like, okay, I'll get your gummy bear drink. And then they're like, huh?
Yeah.
It's the acai strawberry drink with 2 squirts of the peach syrup. That's a gummy bear.
So it sounds like people are making up their own Starbucks drinks.
Yes.
And then they're only talking about it on the internet. And then you go to Starbucks, they're like, we have no idea what you're talking about. This isn't official company stuff.
You got to tell them what you want. Don't call it a gummy bear. Say, I want the acai strawberry drink with 2 squirts of the peach syrup.
I want the Snickers Sanka. Like going there, just
Well, that sounds good.
Snickers Sanka.
It's like a Snickers coffee. Ooh.
Yeah, the medicine ball I'd actually read, and the story that I got on that was that they were now making it. It had been added to the regular menu. And
You know what,
was
though?
the one that was like the 2 different kinds of tea, and then I think hot lemonade was added. That was a medicine ball.
You've brought up a lot of the secret items, and I've gone to places and asked for them, and they don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, so maybe what it is I'm just getting this stuff from the internet.
The internet's of lies.
Yeah, it's
It
fake
is.
news.
There's so much
Fake
shit.
news.
There is. There's so much crap out there.
Damn, they got us.
Yeah. One thing I'm getting a lot of response on, though, is Manchester by the Sea sucks. I'm not going to go back and watch it. I was about 45 minutes in, and it was just, it's not, it's got a lot of language in it, so it's nothing that, you got to watch solo without kids
But
around.
you described the type of movie. I knew exactly what you meant, where it's about 30 minutes in, and all you're doing is witnessing some guy or girl just doing some activities. Nothing's
They're
happening.
just living life.
And then everyone's like, oh, this movie is really unbelievable.
I'm like, so they're just acting like they're just living life. Like there was nothing at all special about what was going on. And if they're, and I read the description of what it was, and understanding what the description of the movie is, and what you're doing, get to the fucking point.
What is it
Right.
about? I don't even know what it's about. If you had to give it, do one of
I
your 10
was
second
40,
things.
45 minutes into it, and they haven't even gotten to the point. Like, I think the point is that, I don't know, like his brother dies and he has to take care of his nephew. But I mean, I'm like,
Does the nephew have superpowers?
no, nothing like that. It's just, and I guess it's their relationship, but it's like there were a lot of things where he's a maintenance guy, and you see him like just shoveling the walk, and they go back to it for the 3rd time, and he's shoveling the walk again. You're like, why do we have to, like, okay, I get it. He shovels the walk. That's part of his job. Can we like cut maybe 2 of those out?
We get it. He's a shoveler.
He's changing light bulbs. Like, I get what maintenance guys do. I mean, there's not a way we can't establish this quicker.
You like your shit real quick. You like to
Well,
get to it, the point.
I'm
You're not a guy that's into the foreplay of I don't think anything.
Well, I just like even Liz, and I got several emails from this, and it wins an Academy Award.
They're agreeing with you?
Yeah. She said my husband and I watched Manchester by the Sea. The previews looked awesome. The ratings high, and that's why I saw the ratings are through the roof. Casey Affleck won an Oscar. It was so slow. Not much was said. It was more like grunts. It was long. Nothing happened. Awful movie. I wish I could get those 2 hours of my life back. I read that. I'm like, I'm not going to waste it then.
Damn.
I already wasted 45 minutes. So Manchester by the Sea is just going to remain a mystery to me.
Did you have you seen that one? It's on Netflix right now. It's got the guy that played Harvey Dent with he's got the chin. He plays the president.
He's good. He plays a lot of good stuff. I've seen him in a lot of stuff. Was he Two-Face?
No. This was about a movie. He's the president.
Batman?
And Morgan Freeman is the vice president. And what's going down is the prime minister has died, and every leader in the country or in the world has to go, and they're all in one area, and there's a big terrorist attack.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're like, oh, this could be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, an hour into it, they just kept on going and going. These guys were trying to find the president, and they just keep on missing him and missing him and missing him. And they dodge. They don't kill him. They almost kill him. Either kill him or don't.
Right. Yeah, you got to get to the point.
Get to the point.
Well, and that's the thing with anything today. The things that are successful, and you notice when you start watching a movie or TV show now, the ones that seem to do well, right away, that first scene. In fact, if you start looking at the series that are working, go to the very first episode and the very first scene. Like, you even think about, like, Breaking Bad.
Everyone always brings that, because I think Breaking Bad, that opening scene of that series, changed the game.
It does.
I think that changed how shows are done.
It pulls people in, and people want to see it right away. They don't want to establish the characters and all this kind of stuff, and then maybe in episode 3 you start getting to action. You get to action, and then you start finding out who the characters are after they go, whoa, that was crazy. Who are these guys? And then you actually care. You're invested in them. It's a better method of storytelling than sitting there going, we're going to tell the whole story, and then at the end something is exciting.
Yeah, I think you would like Breaking Bad. I meant to ask you, did you ever watch that Cocaine Cowboys me and Kevin suggested?
I have it on my list because I'm watching it when I'm recovering from surgery. I've got a whole list you gave me. You gave me Cocaine Cowboys. You also, my girlfriend gave me Narcos. You gave me Limitless. The Fantastic Mr. Fox,
That was Denny's.
Honeymoon in Vegas.
I gave you that one.
Bottle Rocket.
Gave you that one.
John Tucker Must Die.
That is not me. That's Denny's, isn't it?
I don't know. I just have a list.
Okay.
I didn't specify who gave it to
That'd
me.
be kind of fun. Kind of give Virginia a hernia list.
Yeah, I like them too. I think it's good.
I can't get out of bed for like 5
week,
days.
yeah.
Well, I want that because it's like now, I almost went with the OA because somebody suggested that, but it was a series. And I've got two different, there are two different things for me. If I got a big clearing or like I got to be on a plane to Michigan, I'm maybe looking to try to get into a series where I can start to get through some episodes and binge watch. But there are times where I got a pocket of like 90 minutes. I'm like, I got 90 minutes before bed or 2 hours, and it's like, I just want a movie. So it's like,
I hear you.
I want a
Yeah.
movie list. I want a binge watching series list. So it's
I feel like we're kind of in the same zone with our watching because they're right. I'd like to watch a movie when I know I'm going to bed. I have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
That I don't have to invest in a series.
right. So it's like you need two separate lists. So it's like, okay, what do I got here? Because I want beginning and conclusion before I'm done here. I don't want to sit there and be like, because there's nothing I hate more than you get sucked into a series and you're going to be gone for the whole rest of the weekend.
I gotta watch it. I gotta get back to it.
I don't want that. I hate that. That's the worst feeling. Really going. The next time I'll be able to sit down to watch this is going to be in 5 days.
Well, like on demand and Netflix, it's made me so
Yeah.
spoiled. If anything's out currently, like a show where you have to wait every single week, I don't think I'm doing that anymore. Unless it was The Bachelor.
Yeah,
and that
you
was
wanna
only
wait
because
for
we had the
stuff.
podcast.
yeah, a couple movies that are out today. You got Rogue One is out, but I've got no desire to go watch that again.
For renting?
Yep,
Okay.
you can rent it today.
Yeah, I usually buy every Star Wars movie, and for whatever reason, I'm not pulling the trigger and buying this.
It's just
one.
all right. I
liked it.
The Darth Vader at the end is amazing, and if they'd have done that through the entire movie,
Yeah, just give us what we want. Why
I'd have
would
been all
why would
over
you give us a cock tease of Vader?
I was talking to Adam at our event on Saturday, Brew at the Zoo, and he's a big Star Trek guy, and we were talking Star Wars, and I said, I kind of hate it, but it's like I go back and I critique these movies now, and it's like, I know. But it's like if I were going back on the Rogue One, they should have had a badass Darth Vader. Like, I mean, I'm like, he should have been able to do stuff like turn day to night.
You should
and
have
you'd have been like, holy crap, like this guy is a badass dude.
And you should have given him about 35, at least a minimum
He should have
35
been-
minutes of screen
He
time.
should have been half the movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely. And you'd be like, oh my gosh, and they're totally evading like Darth Vader and to get these, like this guy is everywhere and on everything. And you didn't get that essence.
And I wanted to get Virginia's thoughts on that. Do you think there was not enough Vader?
Sorry. You got Office Christmas Party out. Here's the problem with that. It's got TJ Miller, who I love.
That's out. Yeah, I wanted
that's
to
out
rent
today.
it.
Jason Bateman, you can see that.
They were only selling it.
Yeah, it's out. You can rent it today. The only problem with that, though, is now I don't know if I feel like watching an Office Christmas Party movie. Like, I'm probably now going to wait until December to watch that when I'm in the mood for Christmas
It is
parties.
the wrong time of year.
It just feels weird.
I know you're a
Yeah.
man of ratings, and I know you're a man of.
I saw. It's not awesome.
Not people,
Not awesome.
yeah. But you got to be careful
Yeah.
with those.
I know.
With those raunchy comedies, critics a lot of times they blast them. They don't like them.
Yeah.
They're too lowbrow. You got to ask the common man about that.
I thought this was kind of interesting. Susan Sarandon had to deny rumors that she and Julia Roberts had a feud during Stepmom. Can you believe that movie's, first of all, 20 years old?
Oh my gosh.
But, you know, if you haven't seen it at the time, Julia Roberts, now she could play Stepmom.
That's true.
But then Julia Roberts was the hot young girlfriend, and Susan Sarandon was the biological mom who had cancer and was going to die. And you can imagine, she felt like, okay, my husband is going to live on with this hot piece of tail. My kids, this is going to be the stepmom, and she's resistant. And so that's kind of what the dynamic of the movie is. And there was a rumor that came out of the filming from that Susan Sarandon and Julia Roberts had a huge feud during the whole thing and hated each other. And she said, you know what, my own PR person concocted those rumors because she thought it would make the movie more like that there was really
tumultuous and real drama
20 years ago, and it's still, the rumors persist today. And she's like, no, my PR person thought that it would help sell the movie better, that Julia Roberts and I hated each other, and there's a lot of drama. So you're like going, you could see the hate between them. You could tell they didn't like each other. And when people are going to go watch the movie, be like, oh my gosh, you can see they so hate each other.
Okay, so the PR person had some lies, but don't believe everything Julia Roberts is saying. I guarantee you there
It's
was
Susan.
or whatever her name. Susan. What did I say?
She hasn't said a thing.
Julia hasn't said nothing.
Susan is what I meant. You know what?
Don't believe anything Jay Bird said.
You know what? I'm ejecting myself out of this conversation.
It's really hard to make that great point.
It wasn't even that good of a fucking point.
You want to talk about Darth Vader some more?
I do, actually.
One more quick movie note. J.K. Rowling went viral yesterday when she was talking about Harry Potter, and she shared 8 tweets to inspire other writers and artists. Anybody who does anything creative, she said, do stuff and finish things.
Yeah.
That was her thing. She said, even if nobody watches it or anything, you did it, and you'll learn from it. Do not be deterred by rejection. Do stuff. Finish things. I did. I made a lot of crap, and I finally one time hit a bullseye.
That's great advice, and I think you do, whether you realize it or not, whether it's writing or just doing something like a project. If you complete it, I think you just feel better.
Yeah.
I think you're like, all right, I did it.
You don't leave stuff hanging out there.
If it sucks, it sucks, but you at least complete it. No one could ever take that away from you.
Got this email from Samantha. Said, hey, I live in Port St. Lucie. My daughter is a freshman in college. She's 18. And on Saturday, wants to go to an 18 and over club called Aroombas, which I know nothing about. I know you guys are in West Palm and want to get your thoughts. Is it feasible that she should just go, dance, and be safe? Is this club decent? Or, sorry to say, trashy? I know I may sound like a worrying mom, and I am. Thanks for any feedback by email, or even if you want to make fun of me on the After the Show podcast. I see you as pals and trust your judgment.
I've done events at Roombas.
Yeah.
We would never make fun of you for trying to be a good mom.
No.
First of all, I think it's awesome that you're doing research.
Yeah. It seems like it's a real hot club now. My daughter is just turned 19. She's a freshman in college as well. And, my daughter comes and goes as she pleases, and she's an adult and does, whatever she's going to do. And it's hard now, and especially my daughter, she can't go into 21 and over clubs, even though she might have an ID that helps her out with that, because she plays softball. And she found out the hard way that you will get in trouble with your softball coach.
Oh, yeah, you can't have a fakie.
If you go into a 20 and over club, yeah.
You got a fakie, you'll be on the bench.
So Roombas is one of the first and the only options that she has. And it sounds like my daughter and a lot of the 21-year-olds, people that are under 21, are going to Roombas now. I found out my daughter went, just when I saw on social media, she was like 5 feet away from Kodak Black and was like very excited about it. So, I'm not overly thrilled about it, but I know when I was her age, I was going to 21 and under clubs, and it's what you do. I've heard stories from years past of there being some altercations that scared me, but it sounds like my daughter and her friends, and they're good kids. They're not, the shady, crazy variety are there, but you're going to have that element. And that's just
everywhere
kind of
you go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to a bar, you're going to have that a lot of times.
Yeah.
Were you guys here local? Because back in the day, the 18 and over club, the big one was Flirts.
18 and under?
18? No, it was. Yeah, you could be 18 and go to this club, but they also had other people. Other people drinking there, so they'd be 21-year-olds. But
was that off of Okeechobee?
It was.
Yeah,
everybody would underage drink and go to that thing.
Yeah, my old buddy Dennis used to be a bartender there and was telling me about Flirts.
Flirts was, that's where people turned it out, man.
You had that, and way back in the day, the Cruzan liquor stand. You ever hear about that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that is where Twin Peaks is now.
They also had locally, it was called, I believe, Banana Max. It was a club in Jupiter. You know where Harborside's at? Right across the street from where Chili's, where that garage is. I think it was called Banana Max. That was, king shit of every mountain would go to that place. But that was really big in the 80s. I was too little to go to that. My brother would go to that place.
Yeah, I think it is what it is,
She shouldn't go by herself.
No.
Yeah.
She shouldn't go late at night. I have a rule, nothing good happens after midnight. But if she wants to go at like 9 or 10, I mean...
Now you sound like a mom.
I'm sorry. That's when people get shot out
9
there.
or 10 is not... That's when you're like...
I've heard stories of people getting shot in that parking lot, and it always happens at 1, 2 a.m. Call me an old fart. I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to get shot because I'm home in my bed.
Well, I know, but, kids are going to be kids.
Yeah,
my daughter, they don't go out until 11 or midnight.
I'm just saying, telling a 19-year-old kid, oh, you don't go out and
be home by midnight.
Exactly.
Get out by midnight.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Even when I was younger, I don't know. I just like to come home.
I do too, but I think a lot of people, not everybody, but I think everyone goes through a phase where they stay out a little bit later than normal.
I think what you said, and I haven't heard any stories for a while. Yeah, I'd heard that I think about 5-6 years ago there was a stabbing in the parking lot.
I'm Googling it. I'm going to see what we got here.
Be smart. I think, and I'd say, hey, look, just, keep your eyes open, go with good friends. Nicole in our chat room said Roombas is pretty nice. And they may have, had new ownership and clean stuff up and all kinds of good stuff. And I don't know if it's ever them. It's just you never know when a-holes are going to walk into a place.
I don't see anything online about that.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Okay. All right. Well.
So there you go. She said that's our thoughts on it. Just talk to her about it. Say, hey, look, here's the deal. These clubs, people, and they're going to be kids, are going to be on stuff, and they're going to be squirrely and ridiculous. So just, especially after midnight or 1, watch your back. Be careful.
It does
be smart.
No, you are right, Virginia, that shit goes down when it's past midnight.
Yeah, because everybody's all drunk.
But when you're 19, 20, 21, 23, you're going where the action's at.
Well, if she still lives at home, here's the rules. You live in my house. I pay the bills. You have a curfew. That's life, baby. You don't want a curfew, then move out. Mm-hmm. So you can tell her, I want you home by 1 a.m., and that's not out of line, I think.
No, yeah, she didn't say if she lives at home or not. I don't know. Maybe she does not. Because she's a freshman at college. She might not.
Yeah, she might not live it. I think it's just the mom is just asking, is this place safe? That's all.
Yeah. My daughter didn't ask me. She just went. I saw it on social media. I was like, oh,
what are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, nothing,
You didn't do anything when she lived there either. If the queen wants her to go to Rumbas, she's going to Rumbas.
Yeah, well, and so like I said, but we both are in agreement because I came from a different place, so I have a different approach to dealing with teenagers because my mom was very strict, and that did not work with me. So.
Yeah, my mom was strict too, and I had to kind of act like I wasn't going to clubs. She found out it wasn't
good.
Matter of
fact, your kids really respect you and appreciate you. I think. And I think I would have too. If they're like, you treat them like adults and say, look, you're going to have to start making decisions on your own. You're going to wind up in situations that may not be awesome. And here's what you do. I'll give you guidance to try to help get you out of that. And if you eyeball things that look squirrely, get the heck out. You got to identify these situations and don't hang around. I know in Fort Lauderdale, there's a debate that's going on this year, I guess, for spring break. It used to be the spot, like 60s, 70s, maybe even into the 80s, and then it kind of died down a little bit. But I guess this year they said they had a higher number of college students that were coming in. Remember we talked about some kids from Michigan State and stuff like that stuck around to clean up the beach because they didn't want people to be able to bitch about, college students on the beach.
Yeah. Sure. That was very nice of them, by the way.
Yeah, but it might have been a little too little because already they are talking about the Fort Lauderdale Parks and Recreation Advisory Board is going, I don't know what we like this year. They said there were noticeably more college students than in previous years. And the main concern was the added amount of waste that wound up on Fort Lauderdale Beach. And ultimately, what the argument is, college rowdy crowds will chase away the younger families with small children. And I believe, and I haven't seen the dollars and cents, but they probably have it broken down, when you have the young families, they're staying in places, they're eating, they're all this kind of stuff. College students may not have as much money. So if you had to look at the two groups, who do we ideally want on Fort Lauderdale Beach? Do you want the young families with kids spending more money, or do you want raucous, crazy spring breakers?
It comes down to who's going to spend the most money. Whoever spends the most money is going to win.
Right. And so I think Fort Lauderdale was going, we're cool not being the college place. Let them go hang out at Panama City or some trashy beach.
Yeah. Fort Walton Beach.
Yeah.
Panama City.
Where we used to go.
And there are some places that are labeled as kind of it's the trashy beach, at least for spring break.
We called it the Redneck Riviera. Every single license plate was from Louisiana in Fort Walton during spring break. And it was trash central.
So I went to Club La Vila. Remember Club La Vila?
Party with thousands.
So I'm wondering because I was at Club La Vila in '96. Is there any way you would have possibly been there?
I was at Club La Vila in 1990, 91.
Okay.
Around in there. I think maybe even 89. I was going before I was supposed to be going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've kind of always just done what I wanted.
So it'll be interesting to see what they've done.
You just got done saying about the one girl. Oh, so you're going to be in my house by 11 o'clock. I always do what I did. Fuck a curfew.
I never had a curfew. I should have. I was bad. My mom just had no clue how bad I was.
Mm-hmm. One thing just quickly to keep your eye on, Donald Trump should be arriving sometime after 2 p.m. on Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah, coming in on Thursday.
That's a switcheroo.
Well, this is a big weekend. This is not going to be a regular one because he's got the Chinese president coming into Mar-a-Lago. Chinese president's going to be in on Thursday. They believe that the two might be going to Sunset Cove Amphitheater over the weekend for the Chinese Lantern Festival, which would make sense with the Chinese president coming in. So I give you this information because if you're like me, there's nothing worse than be like, why the hell's the road shut down? I got to get to the bar. And you're just very like, oh.
If you really want to get your Chinese lantern on, just know you might sit in a line of traffic.
Yeah, I don't even know how they would have to shut that down. I mean, I can't even imagine the American and Chinese president together. Good Lord. I mean, the security on something like that.
Oh, my gosh.
Just tell me where it is so I can be at the other end of the county.
I'm trying to map it out and figure it out. So Trump, sometime after 2 p.m. on Thursday, Chinese president is coming in from somewhere else, but he's staying in Manalapan at Palm Beach. And
I'm going to guess he's coming in from China.
No, I think actually he's coming in from Finland.
Is he?
Yeah, he's somewhere else. So, yeah, so he's coming in on Thursday, but it looks like a Thursday, Friday kind of thing. And so I'm going to try to do what I can. If there's anybody, and some insiders kind of give us a little bit of breakdown information. If you can, tell us just so that we can pass it on. It's no
shady.
No.
We just want to know where to avoid the traffic jams.
Because it'll affect what breweries I go to.
Why are you getting political, Kevin?
I'm not getting
It's
political.
not political. It's about maximizing your weekend time.
If I'm heading to Due South and it's going to take an hour and a half to get to Due South, I might have to go to another.
Go to Tequesta Brewing Company
I might have
instead.
to go. Yeah, I might have to go to somewhere else. So,
Go north.
Yeah, we'll try to let you know on that. Got any information? You can let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. Tomorrow on the show, I'm going to handle the snack list. We'll get to that tomorrow morning. I know I was going to talk about that, tease it on the regular show, but we're just going too long. I get to other stuff here today. So, tomorrow, more stuff on the KVJ show tomorrow. Make sure you go check out Bud's Chicken and Seafood.
Yeah, I talked to Philip over the weekend, and a lot of people don't realize Bud's doesn't only do the chicken fingers. They do wings there.
They do wings?
They do wings, and they are very delicious. They're very underrated. So if you go to Bud's, get the fingers, but try the wings too. Philip was really talking to me about them.
Do they toss them in a sauce? Or
Yeah.
do they do?
Classic buffalo, honey garlic, or honey barbecue sauce, but I'm
cool.
sure you can toss them in anything.
Would they toss them in a bird sauce?
That's a great question, and I feel like they would.
Wow. That'd be delicious.
Yeah, so go in there and try that if you want something different.
All righty, 7 locations in Palm Beach County. Thank you very much to Bud's Chicken and Seafood. You guys have a great day. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.